It's the wee small hours of by-election night at the BBC.
Normally, this is where they film the One show. Tonight, it's the Who Won show.
Inside, the politicians are getting powdered, pondering and preparing their excuses.
We haven't even got a result yet and you're scarpering off home.
I've been on since very early this morning, and the result's not going to come for a while. I think I'm going to hear it in the morning like the rest of the British nation.
Is this going to be one of those classic historical by-elections, or is it just whatever?
The number of years I've been in politics, it seems that almost every by-election is historic, and every by-election is groundbreaking until you get to the general election, and quite often they don't appear to be either.
UKIP's victory was confirmed a few hours later. What better way to celebrate than with a history lecture?
I say to you that the radical tradition in Britain is a noble and high-minded one. It is the tradition that took power away from the elites and spread it amongst the people. It's the tradition of levellers, Chartists and suffragettes.
The Tories didn't do as badly as many of them had feared, but the Lib Dem vote collapsed to a historic low. By daybreak, UKIP's leader had been dragged from a nightclub to boast in front of the media. Then he was off for a lap of honour down Rochester's historic High Street.
And why have one camera capturing your victory walk when you can have about 50?
They'd come from all over to see this, you know.
Anthea, where have you come from?
I've come from County Cork.
In Ireland?
Yes, in Southern Ireland.
Where are you from?
This is Österreichischer Rundfunk, which is the Austrian public broadcaster.
I wanted to be here today. I thought it would be a special day in the history of British politics.
Why do Austrians care about UKIP in Rochester?
Because we care about Britain and how they perceive the European Union, and we care about whether they stay or whether they leave, because it would have a huge impact, and that's why we're here.
In the constituency HQ, Nigel Farage took to the airwaves to claim he'd changed the map of British politics.
It tells us that UKIP is doing rather well, and that if you vote UKIP, you get UKIP. So that obviously for us is very significant in terms of the number of target seats we fight next year. But in terms of predictions for the next general election, you can forget. Don't get any experts on the panel. There's no point. You know, the whole thing's been.
We should fire the Sunday politics panel.
Pointless having them there because no one knows what's going to happen. You know, to predict the next general election, you may as well play the child's game of pin the tail on the donkey.
I just wanted to give viewers a little sense of what it's like being in the Nigel bubble. So just come over here. Right, just have a look out there.
Yeah.
If you sort of wave to them, they'll all go mad, won't they? Should we just see what happens? Give them a wave. Yeah, hello.
You're absolutely right.
What's it like facing that every time you sort of look out the window?
Well, the good thing about this office is there is a back door I can escape through.
Right.
Out the front door, the bookies were wondering which Tory MP could be the next defector.
So if I put a tenner on Philip Hollowbone
Yes.
to be the next Tory MP to defect to UKIP, how much do I get?
Yeah, he's 2 to 1, so you'd make a profit of £20.
It's not bad. But Mark Pritchard, he's 6 to 1.
Exactly, yeah. And then most of these MPs you'll see here are in seats where UKIP have done very well in the European election, in local elections. Some of these MPs are in grave danger of losing their seats at the moment.
This house in the constituency lost Labour's Shadow Attorney General Emily Thornberry her job. She tweeted a picture judged by some to be sneering. She was forced to resign from the front bench.
Respect is the basic rule of politics, and I'm afraid her tweet conveyed a sense of disrespect. And, you know, I thought there's nothing unusual or odd, as her tweet implied, about having England flags in your window. That's why I was so angry about it.
You know you're getting married on the day that UKIP won the by-election.
Yeah, I should know that earlier. I really should go
All in all,
Oh, no.
a big day in Rochester.
Is it exciting to have a UKIP MP and get married? It is, yeah.